Hey guys, welcome back. So on today's video, we're going to go over Argo Blockchain, and I did obviously my analysis on it. I'm going to do my analysis with you guys on it, but I spent about 5 hours going through all their numbers, and it is a pain in the rear with them because they are in a London exchange. They have different ways of reporting their information. So I think I got the information as best I could, but here's a couple of things that I've learned. One, they report every month as far as what their earnings, and then I think that they do it every 6 months for reporting it, and I think they're either adjusting what their income was based on where the value of Bitcoin is at that time, so at the end of June, or they're not, which I can't figure out quite well. If you guys know anything about this, so let me know. And the other thing is that, what was it? There was something else. So monthly, so instead of going quarterly, they're doing monthly revenue reporting, which makes it difficult for me to do quarterly reporting because they do a monthly, so the price goes up and down in Bitcoin. So there's one caveat. So it's going to be a little bit more harder to forecast for them. Number two is the market cap that I was getting from Microsoft in their Excel sheet was way off. It was like 468 million shares outstanding, which didn't add up quite well. So I did the current market cap divided by the current share price close and came up with around 4 million, or we'll get into it. I think it was 4 million, something like that. So let's get into it here really quick here, but man, was it a pain. Okay, so here we go. Argo Blockchain right now is at 118.91. Market cap is 527 million. This is, I believe this is going to be in pounds. I'm not sure if it is, or yeah, currency in British pounds. So then I had to convert that over into US. I used the $1.38 conversion rate to convert over to dollars for my analysis, and we'll get into it here in a little bit. What else did I want to look at? They have a 1-year target estimate of 245 pounds, and a earnings per share, 12 trailing months is 220, and a price to earnings ratio of 51.32 in British pounds. So let's take a look at my data here, what I was able to pull up on it. Like I said, it took me a while, so I hope you guys appreciate this. Smash the like button, subscribe, because this was a nightmare to figure out with them. But let's get into it here. So if you find anything wrong in this data, please do let me know. I'll try to correct it as best I can. Obviously, I got to verify the data that you guys are providing me with, just trying to make it as accurate as possible. So Argo Blockchain, obviously, using this London stock price and everything else like that. So one question I have for you guys is the Z11 miners. In all the recent reporting that I've looked at, I haven't seen anything about the Z11 miners mining anything. So I didn't include this in here for mining anything. If I'm wrong on this, let me know. Obviously, the Z11s are the Equihash miners. So let me know if those are still mining, because I couldn't find anything on it, or at least not when I was perusing everything. So here's what we have as far as miners go for them. We have a total possibility of N-miner T17s and then N-miner T17s Plus, along with N-miners S19s and S19 Pros, and then they also added some more miners here as well, and the N-miner S19J Pros. So for total, these are coming in next year for Q2 and Q3 of 2022. So we're not including these in any of our calculations right now. And then here's the miner counts that we would have. So we would have close to 46,900 miners. And by the end of next year, they should be at about 3.7 petahash as far as miner speed goes. Or exahash, sorry. So 3.7 exahash on that. So here's what they reported on, it looks like for Q1, which they do it every, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they do it every 6 months in Britain. But I could be wrong. But here's what I got for Q1, basically January through March. Here's what they provided that they had earned, they provided 13.4 million in British pounds. So a conversion of $1.38 gives us 18 million.49. So we're pretty close to that right here based on these miners mining for 3 months, 1.7 months, and we get to this price here, which is pretty close to what they reported. So the price of Bitcoin at that point was at 58,000 for the end of March, and the hash rate was around 157 million. And then if we look at Q2 for them, they reported, Q1 they mined 387 Bitcoins. They had 388 to start with, it looks like. And then BTC mined in Q2 was 494, so April was 163, 166, and 167. In April, they reported they made 6.7 million British pounds revenue. May was 5.51 million British pounds. June was 4.36 million British pounds, so a total of 16.57 million British pounds. Conversion with $1.38, conversion came up to 22.86 million. So we're at 22.8. We're really close with what this was. So we're saying these were mining for 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and then basically 1 month. And the Bitcoin price at that time was at 33,543 at the end of June. So now if we look at September, this is where it gets kind of a little wiggly here. So this is where I wanted to get your guys' opinion as well. But here's what they provided. So they mined 535 BTCs for the month, 225 in July, 206 in August, and then they sold 61 in August as well, and then in September 165. And then the earnings were 5.6 million, 6.83, and then 5.5. I'm surprised that in September their income went down while Bitcoin price was going up. So this is a little weird to me. So for a total of 17.93 million British pounds, came out to be 24.7 million US dollars, which is right here. So in order to make this work, I had to put this at 2 months, 3 months, and then 2.36 months. And I think this is because obviously they record their earnings based on the month, not the quarterly. So they're using the Bitcoin price, whatever it was in July, August, and September, right? So you get the variations in those prices, which makes it more difficult for me, obviously, to try to figure this out. Instead of using the end of the quarter month price, they're using monthly Bitcoin prices, which it can fluctuate, as we know, quite a bit. So we got 24.7 million for them here. And then if we look at Q4, which we're looking at now, we're saying that, all these miners, if they mine at 3 months here, excuse me, and then this one for 2 months, we're looking at possibly, with the Bitcoin price being at 55,176, which is where it's at today. If it stays that way for all 3 months, this is what they would make. Basically, 42,972,000 would give an EPS of 934 gross, right? So all of this stuff is gross. But obviously, as they're reporting it per month, so in October, Bitcoin price could be at 60,000, while in November, the Bitcoin price could go down to 45,000. Who knows? Or it could go up to 70,000. And that's where it gets tricky to figuring out as far as what possible projections are when it comes to the fourth quarter with them. So these numbers are going to be probably way off, I'm thinking, based on the way that they're reporting. So I wish they would just report it. Well, I'm sure they have obligations in UK to report the way that they're required. But obviously here in the US, we do quarterly reports, and that would have made it a lot easier. So based on all that you guys know, here's the obviously shares outstanding is that I calculated is 4,603,000 roughly. Their current price to earnings is 51.60. Stock price is now at, when I did this was 112 British pounds, converted to US is 158. So market cap in US is 728 million. Okay, total estimated gross revenue, I calculated 109 million for them. So estimated EPS would be 23.72. This is gross. They're highlighting Bitcoins 1,804 for a total value of 99 million, right? Yes. Yeah, that should be correct. That's B37. BTC, wait a minute. Where am I going here wrong? B31 times B37. Yeah. Okay, so that's correct. So that would be almost $100 million worth of value. USD, this shouldn't be here because that's already in USD. So this I need to get rid of it here because that's already in USD. Okay, so like I said before, current HODL is 1,804 at the end of September. Okay, so net income estimates. Let me see here. So this is basically taking the net income for the quarter. So we know the information for Q1, Q2, and Q3. We don't know about Q4. So Q4's obviously numbers are going to change as far as what our predictions are. So current price 55,176 for BTC. Current quarter earnings estimates are at 49, almost 43 million, or for the Q4 estimates, and then last 3 quarters are 66 million, so a combined total of 109 million gross, right? Now we take that 50%, cut it down for operations, everything else, just being conservative on it. We're coming up with a net income of 54.5 million. So EPS would be 11.86 on the shares. Price to earnings 20 multiple would give us a stock price of $237.21 if Bitcoin was at 55,000 at the end of the year. Bitcoin goes 2x to 110,000. We're possibly looking at $330 for a share price. And if Bitcoin goes up to 165,000, we're looking at $423 share price. And then 4x would be 220,000 for Bitcoin and a share price of 517 if everything stays the same. They get the miners in when everything comes in. And as always, guys, do your own research, right? This is just my own analysis here. And I could be way off on this one because Argo is really hard to figure out because of the way that they do reporting in UK. So then if we go with 75% net income, you're looking at 355, 485, 635, and 775 for the price of the stock. So let's compare it now to the other miners here. So if we look at it, Argo is obviously in USD dollars, right? So this is USD conversion, so I could keep it all straight here. Is $155.80. Market cap is 728 million. Shares outstanding 4.6 million. Current price to earnings is 51.6. And then estimated revenue based on my calculations, we're looking at maybe 109. It could be less. It could be 90. Something to be mindful of. EPS, we're saying gross would be 23.72. Price to earnings multiple of 20. That would give us a gross, not net, 474 stock price. PE current would give us at 1,000, which is way out there. So let's take a look at the multiple. So Bitcoin, obviously, if it goes up 1x, we're looking at a stock price to 237.21. So compare that to today's stock price, which is we're saying $155, right? 155.80 in the US dollars. That would give us that it's undervalued by $81 right now. If we go 2x, we should have an increase of $474 in stock price, and then 711 for 3x, and 948 if Bitcoin goes up 4x. So percentage gain wise, you're looking at possibly 52% gain from where it is to right now, 205, 357, 509. So it's obviously not the most undervalued by my calculations here. It still looks like Bitfarms and Hive are the two that I'm seeing right now, at least the most undervalued, where they have the potential to go up the most. Marathon, I'm showing that it's probably one of the more overvalued ones, followed by Rye. Rye might be a little bit better valued, more accurately. But Marathon, I think people are just obviously forward-looking, like a couple of you guys have commented in the comments. They're giving him the benefit of the doubt and jacking the price of the stock up because of the forward-looking possible earnings. So that's where we are with that. Current Bitcoin HODL as of September 8th, so they are better than Hive, but Hive also has Ethereum that they're hodling, so they're at 144 million total. Bitfarms is at 127 million. So they're right in there with all these guys as far as they're on the low end, but they're definitely getting close to where everybody else is. Obviously, Hut 8 has a lot, 206 million worth of Bitcoin that they're holding. Marathon obviously has a lot. I think it's because they bought 4,000 Bitcoins a year ago or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. And then Riot obviously has 200 million. So they're right in line with all these guys. But that's just my analysis. I don't think I got, I got Argo down here now as well. So Argo's included in this as well. So that's it. Like I said, guys, it's challenging with Argo because they are in UK. They have different requirements for reporting, so it made it a little bit more difficult to figure out where it could go. But as long as the Bitcoin price goes up, I think they're going to go up in price as well. We're looking at Q4 right now at possibly 42 million, maybe 36 million, depending on when they record the Bitcoin closing price for September, October, November. Bitcoin obviously goes up or down, that's going to obviously change, but I'm guessing anywhere possibly between, it could go 42 million down to maybe 36 million, 34 million, right around there. As long as the miner's installed and everything else is good. I would like to see them to do the same kind of reporting that the U.S. does, where it's quarterly, and you basically, at the end of the quarter, whatever the Bitcoin price is, whatever you mined through that quarter is what your income was, basically, instead of the monthly one, which, it's doable. I could do it, but I would have to change all of my spreadsheet at least for them, and go month by month and try to figure out that way, which is going to be a pain. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Obviously, I think Argo is a good buy right now. Obviously, do your own research, guys, and your own analysis. This is not financial advice or anything like that. But to me, it looks like it's a good buy based on what I've seen here. They do have miners coming in next year. They're building out a facility in Texas as well, which is good. And yeah, that's it. I don't think you have anything to worry about if you bought into it. Obviously, if the Bitcoin price goes down, you will lose money. So something to be mindful of. And obviously, Bitcoin has gone down a little bit today. And for the last 2 days, it's kind of gone down a little bit. So something to watch out for. But let me know what you guys think. If there's any errors in my calculations, let me know. If any data is wrong, let me know, and I'll correct it, and I'll provide an updated video on that as well. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and until the next one,